7/8 black and white printed ribbon, a piece of 7/8 white ribbon for the center knot, a salon clip, 1/4 inch sheer bow tying ribbon, an ordinary pin that I'll show you what it's for in a little bit, and a pair of scissors. Because I'm using printed ribbon, I'm going to fold the ribbon in half with the printed sides facing each other. So just fold your length of ribbon completely in half, line up the ends so that they're even, and then you're going to take your pin and you're going to pierce it through the center of the fold. Okay, so just put it through so that you have an even length on both sides of the pin. Then you're going to take one side, loop it around, and pierce it through the pin. The piece that sticks out at the end right here is what your tail would be, and I'm not using tails for this ribbon, so it's pretty short. Make sure you have the same length pierced through the other side, so you have 2 loops and then the center pierce in the middle. And then take one of the loops, find the center point, bring it to the center and pierce it through that pin. The pin keeps everything aligned for you so you don't end up with a crooked bow. And then do the same thing with the other side. Just bring it down to the center, pierce it through the pin, and now you're going to take your salon clip and leave the pin in place, put the salon clip directly over it. That's the back of the bow, and this is the front of the bow. Now you're going to adjust your loops and make sure that your ribbon is lined up, because if it's not lined up now, it's not going to look right when you tie your bow. The back, this is the back of it. Those pieces of ribbon should be straight. If they're not, make adjustments now. So I'm just making a few little minor adjustments here. Flip it over and make sure that these pieces in the front are an X shape. They should cross evenly, otherwise you will have a crooked bow afterwards, and it's very hard to adjust later. So just make sure it's crossed in the front and straight in the back. Okay, now you can take out your pin, and you're going to take your sheer bow tying ribbon and you're going to loop it through the clip, and you do want to tie it off in the back. So take your ribbon and pull it tight. Depending on the type of ribbon you're using, you may have to loop it around twice so that the knot doesn't slip. Make sure you double knot it, and now you can remove it from the salon clip. Okay, you might have to adjust a little bit afterwards, but here's your bow, and now we're going to put the center knot in place. Okay, so I don't need these pieces anymore from the bow tying ribbon, so I'm just going to snip those off. And now I'm going to take the piece of ribbon I'm going to use for the center knot. This is 7/8 inch, just white grosgrain ribbon that I'm just going to tie a knot. And you can kind of push the knot together to kind of get it all cinched to the middle there, so you have a nice tight knot in the middle. And to make sure that the knot doesn't slip at all, I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right in the middle, just a little bit, because you don't want it to ooze out and you don't want to see it on the sides of your center knot. So just put the glue right in the middle and then center the knot on the glue and pull it around while the glue's drying, and make sure that your loops are not folded within the center knot or anything. Just give it a second to dry. It doesn't take long with hot glue. And then pull the extra pieces of ribbon to the back of the bow and just snip them off. Okay, I'm going to heat seal the ends of these pieces of ribbon here so that nothing frays. You can use fray check, or in this case I'm using a wood burner. Now I'm just going to glue those pieces down. So I'm going to take some hot glue, just a little bit, put it on one piece, press it down, and then I'm going to carefully glue and fold down the other piece. Okay, you might have to adjust your loops a little bit. But if you had them aligned right when you tied the center, there shouldn't be much adjusting necessary. There's your bow, and it's ready to attach to whatever type of hardware you want to use.